What's up, brodies? Today we do have another FC26 video. We are literally approaching days left, bro. I think it's 6 or so days, you know, if you are flying to New Zealand. If you know, you know. Nonetheless, let's get into it, boys. I know you're thinking to yourself, how can I improve my FC25 experience? Look no further. MONOEXP has the best, cheapest coins on the website. Best price, best guarantee. Use the code META for 8% off, bro. You can get literally any card. Go check them out right now. We've obviously got the best top 3. Now, please, quick disclaimer, right? Obviously, I know, yes, we don't have the game. We don't know what's the meta. Obviously, people played the beta, so they do kind of know. But let's just be honest, pace is always going to be a huge attribute to the meta. And also, I feel like we've been playing this game for so long. I know the OG fans right there, especially on the channel. We know more or less what's going to be meta and what's not. Let's actually start off with the strikers, man. Jumping over to cards that are just obviously now... quick disclaimer as well, FUDPen don't have the full database, but they do have some of the cards right there. I think like 40 or 50%. I'm not entirely too sure, but obviously at least I compiled some cards. It's just kind of to give you that idea of what cards to go for. But more accurately though, I actually liked the cards that they do have. I mean, look at this card here, Colomwani for instance. Now they don't have the skill moves or weak foot, which can, yes, obviously attest to the overall meta, but I feel like in terms of just looking at the stats, like the face stats, 90 pace, 79 shooting, bro. In the start of the game, we already know how good Colomwani was in FC25. Now, I can only imagine, and he's also in Prem. Might be a little bit expensive because of Prem tax, but I don't think too expensive. He's 81 rated, so he won't be too expensive because obviously he's low rated. So he will get packed a lot. But overall, man, I feel like this card right there is a beast, and I feel like a lot of people's going to have him in the team. Same thing with Ekitike as well, also Links, you know. So yeah, Prem Links right there looks nice. 442 maybe, Ekitike and Colomwani doesn't look too bad. But I think when it comes to like meta strikers, you want pace, and also I feel like you want height, because you want to shrug players off the ball. You want to kind of like adapt to the meta as well. I feel like sometimes with the shorter, smaller players, I just never really got like used to them. You know, there was a few players though. Let's see if they actually have his name right here. Lookman, they don't. I think if you go to Radar FC, because he looks nice, but the thing is he's going to be a little bit expensive. Now, it also kind of depends on your gameplay if you like that small, agile player. I just felt like the taller players at striker for me just worked better when it comes to like in the box, kind of holding LT, you know, shrugging them off. But hey, if you like the shorter players, man, someone like Lookman would be ideal. I mean, you can even slap this guy as like a shadow striker in the start of the game, but he's going to be kind of pricey because a lot of people know he's going to be good in the start, you know, irrespective of what meta there is. I mean, 88 dribbling with above 85, you could say, or overall 85 pace and shooting collectively is nice. The very last one is going to be the main man Benzema, bro. I can't lie, this guy right here is going to be the guy for me, man. I cannot lie, I love this type of striker because firstly 4-star. Now when it comes to skill moves, weak foot, he's going to be reliable. And the thing is, he doesn't have the most pace, but you can always add a hunter in the start of the game. I know it's a little bit crazy to be spending coins on chem styles in the start, but hey, for him it makes sense. Like the main man Benzema, he has amazing links as well. Obviously Kante, there's some very nice cards I think in Saudi as well, you know. Mane, we've got the likes of, I think it's Diaby. I think he's still in Al Hilal, right, if I'm not mistaken, in the sorry, Al Ittihad. But yeah, overall, man, 4-star, 6'1". Benzema's looking nice. Tiamu, who's gonna be your favorite top 3 like cards to use? Let me know in the comments, man, when it comes to like the starter players. You want to also make it realistic at the end of the day. You don't want to be placing cards like Griezmann, or for instance, or like, you know, those big cards. So I feel like the most expensive one probably Ekitike, because obviously he's got the hype as well. It also kind of depends on like the hype in game, because obviously he's playing well for Liverpool and he's a big name player. So I think him or Benzema might be, collectively speaking, maybe under 60k. I'd say Benzema maybe could be 40k. Yeah, especially like attesting to the FC25 market. Some people thought players would have been much more expensive. They weren't, because obviously the woman being included in the game, we got so much players, you know, playing obviously joint Xbox and PlayStation now in terms of crossplay. So like market, do you know what I mean? So yeah, when it comes to wingers though, we've got the likes of 2 categories, which is left wingers and right wingers. Now when it comes to wingers, in my opinion, I feel like the best wingers is the guys that can dribble. So having good dribbling, like David Neres, for instance. I know he, irrespective, it doesn't show the weak foot and skill moves, but he will have 5-star skills. I think he always has 5-star skills. And then a weak foot, I think he's bad. That's the issue. So you're gonna at least, you know, have something to be a disadvantage, because these are not like Neymar's or... Shout out to Neymar, man. I don't think he's in the game anymore, but man, oh man, the way... bro, we're growing older and older, man. But nah, David Neres and obviously Martinelli looks nice. Martinelli was insane in FC 24. I remember that card, and 25. But yeah, pace, amazing. Shooting might be a little bit expensive because of Prem tax. When I say Prem tax, they're more expensive because they're in Prem. And most people actually run Prem teams. So the cards that, you know, have the amazing, like, attributes and stuff, or like the links, is going to be a little bit expensive. You know, there's not much, I'd say, Brazilians in Prem, so that's, for instance, why it'll be expensive. But yeah, we've got the wingers. I feel like these are more realistic, you could even say. The main man, Ilanga. Now this guy looks insane. Amazing pace, decent dribbling, 72 shooting. I mean, I'm not asking for a lot. I don't think this guy will be over 5,000 coins. So if you slap him in the team, he's going to be that underrated card in the team. Yeah, so if you don't have coins, get this man in your team. But I definitely think in a week or two, that man is going to instantly go to the bench, if not sent to club. Because yeah, 72 shooting won't run for too long. Kudus, if you know, you know. Kudus in the game, I think it was of FC 24 25. I know he had a special card, but even his gold was insane. I remember, but that special card was actually really, really good. I'm not too sure which one it was. If you can actually say Kudus all FC cards, I think it will come up. Ultimate Team history. Let's see which one it was. I'll tell you exactly which one. Okay, so he had informs there. Let's see, was it this 84? No, it was this one right here. There we land. 87 Kudus, 71,000 coins. This was FC 24. And yeah, he was insane. I remember how much people did his card, and I think it was awfully like in the start of the game. Amazing, amazing. So look out for these SPCs as well in the start, you know. But yeah, we've got the likes of Savinho, which looks insane. I think he might be a little bit pricey, talking like maybe over 10k. I'm not gonna even kid to you, because he's obviously got that rarity in terms of like him being a Brazilian from like Prem. He's got amazing pace and amazing dribbling stats, but I think something will lower his price, maybe the rating and maybe shooting, you know. But these are the type of cards you look out for. And then also we got Asehi, I don't know how you say her name. She looks incredible, kind of like an Anthony Martial, bro. Insane pace, 82 shooting. She might be a little bit pricey, but nothing crazy, because there's just so much, you know, options. 31 years old as well, god damn. But now let's jump over to the midfielders. But yeah, let me know who's your favorite winger that you're looking out for, you know, in terms of FC prospects. Let's jump over to the winger, to the midfielders. Now, when it comes to midfielders, I didn't really want to include CDM, CMs, cams. I didn't want to do all that whole thing because yeah, it's a little bit too precise, you know, especially with not the full database being out. But these are the type of cards you look for. It's the idea. Don't just necessarily look at like the specific card, but the specific card is still good. I mean, look at Jolinton, bro. This is a card that will always run. He's going to be reliable because he has that insane like physical presence in game. He's got above 70 for everything, and then he's got insane physicality. Now he might be a little bit pricey in terms of like higher division players might even be using him, you know, so you got to just look out for that. But if you pack him untradeable, hey, very nice card, man. Thuram as well could even be a cheaper option because he doesn't have the prem tax, and we know how good his previous version was. Kefren Thuram, the main man. And then we also got the very last one. I'm not gonna lie, Serie A always has amazing like midfielders for the price. Zambo Anguissa and then obviously Thuram. I mean, you can even have them as a pair in a 4-4-2. Hey, I'm not mad at it, bro. This guy's stats looks insane though. I've never seen stats like this, by the way. 75, 75, 75. What are we doing? 79, 79. That's a very, very unique card. Shout out to Zambo. He might be a little bit pricey. When I say a little bit pricey, I mean in the spectrum of cheap. So he might be a little bit more, you know, expensive than the cheaper ones. So I'm talking like just above 10k, I would say, you know. These are also not precise. It is my estimation, but I obviously been playing the game for so long. I kind of know the market. Don't take financial advice though when it comes to FC from me, but kind of do, if that makes sense. Cheers, Jeff. Let's jump over to the fullbacks. So when it comes to fullbacks, man, pace is always your friend because essentially you want to catch up to the wingers that the opponents have. So when it comes to like fullbacks, yes, defense is a really, really good thing in the start. especially if you have like above 75, I feel like it's always nice, but the pace is just more, I feel like, accurate. And I felt like these are the more realistic ones. You know, Di Lorenzo in his respective rights, he's amazing, and he's always been good since, like, I don't know, FIFA 23. He's had some very nice cards. Gusto might be a little bit pricey because there's not much like low rated good fullbacks in Prem, so he might be, I'm talking 5 to 10k. And we got Wesley, which a lot of people are looking at him, bro. He's got some eyes on him, so he might also be a little bit pricey, but all within means, man. These cards like are cards that you pick up, that you even pack, man. Like, these are packable cards. So yeah, if you have them in the team, slap them in, because they've got amazing, like, I'd say inclusive stats, you know, to be meta. Udogi might be a little bit pricey as well, because he's very, very pacey, but he's going to look nice for starter. We got Kerkez, obviously just coming and joining Liverpool. A lot of people are looking at him because he's, you know, from Liverpool. It's same thing like AKTK type vibes, where they will be a little bit pricey because of obviously the hype. But Kerkez looks very, very attainable, at least, and he looks amazing if you were to slap him in the team. Same thing with Aitnori as well. Obviously coming from Wolves. I think he got injured, right, in Man City. Talking like not virtually, so yeah, of course. In game though, he's going to be nice on the virtual scene. Slap him in the team. He kind of gives me vibes of Cancelo. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, he has basically stats to do everything, if that makes sense, but shoot. But I do think he's more of that card that can even attack, you know, at left back. So definitely check him out. Let's jump over to the center backs as well. Tell me what teams you're going to use in terms of like nationalities and stuff. I feel like it always depends on the untradables you get from the FC points, let's be honest, from the packs. So yeah, overall, man, some people could say that it's redundant making starter teams or showing starter players, but hey, if you have them in a team, man, there's no need to buy. You can literally save coins. Like, if you have Ibanez, this man will, I'd say, collectively stay in the team for like 2-3 weeks because of his pace. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's looking absolutely incredible. The thing is just linking him, but there's a lot of Brazilians, you know, here and there. Even from the scene of Saudi League, he looks nice. So, you know, Saudi League, bro, Benzema, Kante, Diaby, Ibanez. Yeah, there's some very, very nice cards, man, but I think he's going to be very pricey, probably the most expensive out of this video. I'm talking 50k plus, because everybody's looking at him and he's got insane pace. So let me know though, but he could go down collectively. Just depends how good he is in terms of packing. Yeah, Koulibaly though, I feel like is the underrated one. Now people's gonna be like, Mike, he's got 70 pace. No ways. Koulibaly in game, we know how monstrous he is in game, you know. Kind of like Bisek team of the season FC 24. If you know, you know. Man like Koulibaly, man, as I said, Russian Saudi League boys looking nice. Same thing with Simikan. These are literally all center backs from Saudi League, so you know what's my preference, bro. Shout out though to Simikan. He looks nice as well with the French links. Yeah, those are some very, very nice center backs. Tell me who's your favorite one right now. Another good one is Muriel, but I think he's going to be a little bit pricey. I think from this, because everyone's looking at his card, you know. Shout out to him. I think Tottenham, right? No, sorry, Forest. Why am I saying Tottenham, bro? I'm thinking of a pacey centre back from Tottenham, which is Van der Ven. Nonetheless, this guy looks like someone I know. I don't know, bro. 23 years old though. 83 defense, 80 pace. He kind of gives me that vibes of Gomez from Liverpool. If you know, you know, man. Let's jump over to the goalkeepers though. This one might be a little bit redundant, but when it comes to keepers, you want to make the choice of goalkeepers that are reliable and reliant. Someone like Vicario, for instance, very cheap, because I feel like Prem goalkeepers, they're not that expensive, especially like someone like him. He's going to be so reliable because he has amazing reflexes, very good, decent positioning in the start. Obviously, the card's not like insanely good, but he gives me vibes of like Pope, gives me vibes of, you know, those type of cards. We got Mamadashvili as well, obviously playing the goalkeeper for Liverpool. The backup goalkeeper, which is crazy, man. What a card, bro, and what a play in real life as well. But yeah, shout out. And we also got Bono. You know, if you having the Saudi League players, that's the guy to get. There's some very nice Saudi. I might even have a full Saudi team, bro. Who knows, man? Who knows? But yeah, tell me if you can even do a hybrid. Shout out to hybrids, bro. Back in the day, shouts out. But yeah, let me know who's your favorite cards right now that you're looking at, and who you think is going to be insane. Also, I cannot wait for that. I think it's this pick. I don't know if it's a pick. I think it's a player that we're getting, like a pack. Obviously, if you pre-order the game before like August, you get a pack. So yeah, I'm very keen. Someone like a R9 would be insane. Obviously, Marcelo as well. Even the 85, bro. Come on. There's some very nice cards, man. I'm excited, boys. Hit that like, subscribe. I'll catch you boys in the next one, man. Let's get it.